Welcome to the Team Elevate team call. It is what is today? I always forget to look. The 13th of August, guys. Holy cow. It was just January 1st, and we're like, oh my goodness, we're going to do so many big things this year. And, New Year is, I think it's healthy that we have a new year. It's like Monday, right? A new year sparks us and lets us know that what we're capable of, like we have like a clean slate or whatever. But I really hope that whatever you guys have set for yourself in the beginning of 2019, that you're not just selling yourself short. If you've fallen short of those goals, I hope you're not just writing them off. I hope you're not just saying to yourself, well, I didn't hit them within the first 6 months. There's no way I'm going to in the last 6 months. If there's anything I can teach you as your mentor, as your leader, is that you are in control of your goals, whether they be health, whether they be emotional, whether they be physical, financial, whatever they are, you're in control of them. And so really quickly, I'm going to share my screen and we're going to go over our recognition for August, but I also want to touch on something, this reoccurring, This reoccurring theme that I'm getting from a lot of coaches that I'm checking in with. But first, let's talk about how our August is going. So we've changed a total of 202 lives, and this was as of yesterday. So about 10 days into the month, we changed 202 lives. And I do just want to shout everybody out. For last month, we were just shy of changing 1,000 lives, which was our best month ever. And I'm so proud of you guys. So if you were somebody who changed one life last month, give yourself a shout out. And if you were somebody who hit Success Club last month, make sure to give yourself a shout out in the chat as well. Blow that chat up, because as Beachbody coaches, as coaches, it should be a non-negotiable to hit Success Club. Success Club shouldn't just be something that you hope for each month. Success Club should be something that you aim to hit each and every single month, non-negotiable. I've never missed a month of Success Club because it's just wired in my brain that I'm a coach. I need to do my job. I'm going to hit Success Club. Otherwise, why am I a coach, right? Why am I even showing up to my business? So already hitting Success Club this month, we have Emily Hilsdorf, Michaela Vardulakis, Jennifer Smith, Meg Wortham, Rachel Folda, Samantha Benko, Taylor Johnson, Brandy Beatty, Samantha Greenfield, and with 8, we have Chelsea Len. With 10 already this month, we have Sydney Thompson, Cassie Schmelzinger, Chloe Gambro with 14, Megan Jones with 16, Catherine Schultes with 18, and myself with 20. And our coach of the week this week is Aubrey Mason, because she is actually one of my OG coaches. Took some time away, came back, hit Success Club last month, signed a couple coaches last month, hit Emerald, is rocking her business, and she is this ray of light on Instagram, and I love this new Aubrey so much that she deserves to be our coach of the week this week. So moving forward with this common theme I'm hearing from you guys, I don't know if my nose is oily, my glasses keep slipping off my nose. But every time I'm checking, not every time, but I'm checking with a lot of you guys lately, and I keep hearing this word funk, like I'm in a funk. And I'm consistently asking, okay, well, why are you in a funk? And the reason that so many people are telling me they're in a funk is because they keep telling me that they're at Success Club 0. And so I was this coach too. And I want to just nip this in the butt really quick, that we cannot determine our success in this business based on numbers, dollar signs, and points. Okay, I'm going to say it again. We cannot determine our success in this business based on points. So by you saying I'm in a funk because I'm at Success Club 0 is just something that you can't actually control. So instead of saying I'm in a funk because I'm at Success Club 0, ask yourself, well, what am I doing to get myself to Success Club 2, Success Club 4, so that I can get myself out of this funk? What are the controllable things that I can do? And so instead of saying I'm in a funk because I'm at 0, try saying things like, all right, am I sending invites that can help me produce higher numbers? Am I consistently showing up to my journey? Am I pouring my all into my nutrition, into my workouts? Am I sending invites? Am I adding value on social media? Because if you're telling yourself you're in a funk because of the points, stop focusing on that funk with those points. Also, if you're opening up this idea that you're in a funk, you're just welcoming it into your life, and start focusing on the things you can control. If you guys haven't watched my live video in Team Elevate that I made yesterday or the day before, it was on Sunday, talking about all of the reasons that so many of us are successful and why so many of us are unsuccessful, it's action. And so lose the idea that you're in a funk and focus on what you can control to get yourself where you want to be. And that leads us into the beautiful Mandy Kai, who is going to be talking to us tonight about running our businesses like a boss, like bosses. And so it's been really cool. And I know Mandy has blessed us with her presence a couple of times on our team call. For those of you who are new, she is one of my good friends. I love her so much, but she's been on our call a couple times, just talk. It's been really actually cool seeing her jump on our calls so many times at different points in her business. And now she's a superstar diamond coach. She is, I think, the number 6 or 7 coach in the network, just like blowing it out of the water. She has an incredible transformation. She emotionally, physically, financially, and we are very blessed to have her tonight. So guys, put your phones away, put all of your distractions away, get a pen and paper out, and it's not every day that we get to listen to a coach of this badass. So let's breathe it all in. Mandy, I hope you're there.
Yes, I'm here. Thank you for having me. This is probably, I know this is going to be recorded and I probably shouldn't say this, but this is one of my top, probably the most favorite team to speak on, period. Like, I love your guys' team. I love your guys' leaders. I just adore how you guys first of all, you're showing your faces. I can see all your guys' beautiful faces. That's really rad too. But most of all, I feel like, Ashley and I are like such soul sisters in the places that we've been in our business and the places that we've gone through and like the ebbs and flows. And not just that, but like watching the world of Instagram change and coaching change and new programs and all of these things. And it's constantly grinding through all of the grit and hard work. And what I want to tell you guys before I even hop into what I'm going to be talking about today, of like treating this like a business, I want you guys to really understand that like it never gets easier. It never does. And even to this day, I know Ashley probably feels that like there's a weird vibe right now and I know that like you saying that at the beginning of the call is why I'm even bringing this up, but there's a weird vibe in the sense of like, oh, well, it's just not working right now. It's just not going my way. It's just not, it's just not as easy as it used to be. Or I'm new, so I don't know how to do this, and there's so many just like excuses being thrown at the bucket of Beachbody right now. And I hear it on my team. I hear it at the beginning of this call. And so what I want to tell you guys right now, and you guys can write this down, and I want you guys to always think about this. If you don't like it, change it. If you can't change it, change the way you think about it. And my mom used to tell me that since I was a little girl, and it used to make me so mad. I'd be like, Mom, I can't change it. I can't do anything about it. And I'd be like pissed off and like so immature. And you guys know like tantrums as young girls, like you just want to scream. But we're adults. We're also business owners. And so all we can do is either change the way we think about it or actually change our actions. And so what I want you guys to be right now with an open mind that you are a business owner and your emotions need to be put in a bucket and like kicked over to the side right now. And even though that there's going to be ebbs and flows of your business, every single chapter, every single like period, every single like ebb and flow of your life, there's going to be different things that happen in your business that you genuinely can't control. And then there's going to be super high highs and you're going to be like, this is the most amazing thing ever. And then there's going to be super, super low lows and you're like, wait, I want to quit. And so it's going to be that roller coaster effect, but you have to be able to manage how you like react to it. And that's what I really want to talk to you guys about, is because there's a difference between working this business and letting it kind of work you rather than taking ownership of you being the CEO of your business. And so a little background, you guys, about me, if you guys don't know who I am or heard me on your guys' team call before, I did start around the same time as Ashley, but like genuinely like 2.5 years ago, I started working this business seriously. And for a long time, I did all the things and I hit Success Club always. I did my vital behaviors always. I did my workouts. I did personal development always. And so I was super consistent, but I lacked belief not only in me, but that this is an actual business. And that was a huge, huge discrepancy between me taking this seriously and me just doing the things. And so you think like, oh, well, Ash, I'm doing the things. I'm like doing all the vital behaviors. I'm sending out invites. I have a great transformation. And you're like, what is going wrong? I'm just in a funk. And I hear that all the time. But the truth is that your belief in you finding success as a business owner versus Beachbody being an opportunity that's really great is two different things. You can believe in Beachbody. You can believe that Ashley can be great at this. You can believe that Kate can be great at this. You can believe all the top coaches on this team can be great at this. But do you believe that you can be great at this? And I promise you guys, there's nothing special about me. There's nothing special about Ash. There's nothing special about any of the successful coaches in here other than the belief in themselves and the belief that they can achieve whatever they put their mind to. And that's the difference. And then that is backed up with a huge, immense amount of action. And so with all of those things, how to actually take ownership of your business, we're going to go into it. But backtrack just a second. Like I was saying, I didn't believe in me. I didn't believe that I was going to be successful. I didn't believe that oh my gosh, you guys, meeting Ashley for the first time, I was literally, and I've probably told you guys this before, I was literally lit. Like I was like, this girl has it going on. I don't know what she's smoking or drinking or whatever energy she has in her life, but I need some of it. She sat next to me and she goes, yeah, we're going to be top 10. Yeah, we're going to be elite. And she not even phased. And I was like, that's how I felt, I was like, oh my gosh, this girl has so much belief in herself. I have no idea how to even converse with her. And I was honestly intimidated, which is so funny knowing now, how much we are alike in the sense of just our personalities and stuff. But I was intimidated by the fact that she believed in herself so much. And hopefully I'm not frozen. Am I frozen on your guys' end? Am I good? Good. Anybody? Hopefully I'm not frozen.
Okay. You were for a second, but you're good.
Okay, good. I'm like, everyone's face is blank. Either I just dropped a mic or it's really frozen. But what I was saying, she just had so much belief in herself. And it was in that moment that I told myself, and actually, I don't even think you know this, I told myself, I'm going to believe in me just as much as she believes in her, period. And that was at New Leadership Conference. I was a 2-star diamond coach. I was brand new leader. I was working this business, not really believing in myself so much, but I saw somebody with so much conviction. And not only that, she backed it up. And you just know when you walk into a room and there's a girl that looks like she has it going on, all on. And she and I don't mean to burst your bubble, but she had her premiere hat on. She just looked like, I want to be your friend. I want to honestly be your friend. And the reason being is because you can feel when people are radiating just belief in themselves. You can feel confidence. You can feel that energy, and you guys have to remember you perceiving that feeling. And that was me. If I can perceive and feel what energy Ashley was putting out, I need to be able to do that same thing through my people. I need my people to feel that energy from me. I need my audience to feel that energy from me. I need every single person that comes across me that asks me about Beachbody to feel that energy from me. And if they don't, I'm not doing my job. I'm not taking ownership, and I don't have enough belief in myself, and I need to fix that first. And so that was a huge eye-opener to me. And seeing the people walk on stage and speak and just so eloquently speaking about this business, I was just my mind was literally blown. And if you guys have never been to a Beachbody event, get your butt to there. I don't care what it is. Get your butt to there because they will literally blow your mind. But that was one moment that I really it shifted my mind in taking this business seriously, in the sense of taking me seriously. And then on top of that, I was I was doing this full time at the time. I was I really need this to work. I don't just want this to work. I need this to work. And there's a difference. There's a huge, huge difference. And that's where I want to talk about the first point I want to kind of talk about is ownership. Ownership of your business. You guys, if you are going to own your business, if you are going to be the dictator, if you're going to be the CEO, if you are going to say that this team is led by Mandy Kai, or this is led by Ashley, or my cat's about to attack me, or this is led by you, then you have to lead, you have to take ownership. And not only that, but you need to need it rather than just want it. If you just want it, you'll show up when you show up. You'll show up when it's convenient. You'll want something because, it sounds all nice and shiny. But if you need it to work in your life, if you need the fulfillment, if you need the financial freedom, if you need whatever it may be for you specific, you will make it happen. And that's when the difference between you being a fighter in this business and you making it work, you pushing through all of the limitations, you literally getting rid of those self-limiting beliefs. It's a difference between your house being on fire and your house not being on fire. You know, if your house is on fire, you're going to do everything you can to get that shit like clean, wiped away and get it off of the fire. You know, like you're going to do everything you can. But if you walk in your house, it's not on fire, it's like, oh, it's fine. The water's kind of running, you know, I'm just going to sit down on the couch. And you take advantage of the fact that your house is not on fire. But if it's on fire, you're like, oh my gosh, everything's in there. I'm going to do everything I can. I'm going to be a firefighter right now. And you will do everything you can to make sure that your house doesn't burn. And so when you think about your business, is your house burning right now? Are you literally put up against a wall? Do you need this to work? And so for me, I needed it to work. I needed this to work because at the point in my life, I was living in Alabama. We needed to get the heck out of there. If you guys know any part of that story, we needed to get the heck out of there. But most of all, I needed this to work because I needed all of the sacrifice that I started to make to be proof that I made the right decision for me. You know, I needed to know that I was taking myself serious enough so other people would take me serious. So my parents would understand how important this is to me. So my girlfriend, literally, that thought it was a joke. She thought it was a joke. I was a full-time coach at the time. She thought it was a joke. She's like, are you sure you don't want to get another corporate job? Like, no, I don't want to get another corporate job. And what's crazy is once I started believing and bleeding this belief and this utter need to make this work, all of a sudden, I started recruiting rock stars and attracting people that needed this to work and recognizing the fact that this is a full-blown potential of a business that can transform my life. And all of these things bled into not only that belief, but needing the necessity of this to work. And my house being on fire was when actually everything started, you know, the doors open. The doors open because it was no longer, oh, am I going to hit Success Club? Oh, what? How many people liked that photo on my Instagram? Oh, is she going to say no if I send her an invite? Oh, what if she thinks this? You know, like all of those things that literally hold you back, those were no longer even ideas in my head because I had to break through the walls no matter what. And so my first thing, like I said, was taking ownership of your business. Your house is on fire right now, you guys. Your house is on fire. And if you don't start taking action to make it not on fire, it's going to burn. And so if you think about every single time that you have a self-limiting belief and you're not going to move forward, your house is going to burn. It's literally going to drop into the ground. And that's what's going to happen to your business. And so number two, and I know this is going in a whole different direction, but you are now the owner of your business. You are the owner. And I want you guys to write like my pride next to that, or like take ownership, something that's going to make you realize that everything that you do in this business is directly correlated to your actions. Everything you do in this business, everything that you succeed in, all of the things that happen is directly correlated to your actions. So you're taking ownership, right? Number two is to be a mentor first to your team and then be a friend. And I know that sounds really wild and backwards, but when you're getting somebody initially signed up, you guys console with them. You like understand the feel, felt, found. You're really understanding what they're going through, how they're getting through whatever they're going through. For me personally, I'm thinking of one of my top coaches right now. Her name's Taryn Jones. If you guys have ever seen her, I don't even know what you guys would, but anyways, she was working four part-time jobs. Her marriage was very shaky, and she was only sleeping about 3 hours a day, literally 3 hours a day. And I told her, I said, hey, do you want to do this with me? After I found out what she was going through, I was like, well, she's the last person I should be inviting to doing something else. But it turned into, Mandy, I need this to work so I can get out of all of this. And so in the moment, I wanted to be her friend. I wanted to console her. I wanted to make her feel better. I wanted to literally tell her that she is worth all of the time in the world, you know? And I wanted to like pat her and make her feel better because she was going through a lot at the time. But it wasn't my job in that moment to be her friend. It was my job to be her mentor so she could get out of that. And if you think about your business as I need to just lock arms and be friends and pat people on the backs, you guys are going to all go at a slow pace. But you guys have to realize that people sign up with you as their coach because they need a mentor. They need a guide. They need somebody to kick them in the butt when they need to be kicked in the butt. They need somebody to tell them what to do when they're not doing the right thing, you know? And I love my team. My teams they're literally my best friends. And they are always going to be my best friends no matter what they do with this business. But when it comes to the team and our calls like this and the guidance that I'm going to give them, I'm going to be their mentor first, because that's what they signed up for. That's what they need. And for them to live the life that they want to live, I need to do that for them. I also need to do it for myself, because if I just start linking arms and being friends with everybody, then I lose sight of my business. I lose sight of what I'm trying to get done. I lose sight of all of the things that we're trying to achieve as a team, wholeheartedly. Number 3, keep your promises to yourself. Keep your promises to yourself. And I don't mean keep them to yourself, like hold secrets, but I mean keep every single promise that you make to yourself. You better achieve it. And I don't mean that because Success Club matters or Elite matters or anything actually matters, but the moment that you break a promise to yourself, your confidence goes out the window, literally out the window. And the moment that you decide that you are not worthy enough to keep promises of yourself, you break pieces of you, pieces of you literally leave, and your self-worth literally crumbles in front of yourself because you don't think you're good enough or worthy enough to keep promises to yourself, to say that I'm going to do this and actually get it done. And then you'll find excuses. And then you're going to tell Ash later that you're not worthy. And then you're going to say that you are stuck or you're in a funk because the promises that you made to yourself are now just short of what you're actually doing. And so they become your shortcomings rather than the things that you can literally take and grasp and literally do every single day to achieve small things at a time, to grow that confidence, to grow the actual level of you saying, I'm going to make this happen. And that goes back to your ownership. If you're keeping promises to yourself, you're owning your business. Do you guys think Steve Jobs, every single time that he said, I'm going to go talk to 10 more people today, he's like, never mind, I'm going to talk to 2. Never mind, peace out. No, absolutely not. If you guys know anything about anybody that's built an amazing corporation or amazing business, like Steve Jobs, that literally spent 10 years working on the same darn computer in his basement, thinking about all of these things, those people, the people that you see that are most successful are not people that necessarily just made it happen one day or just had the vigorous work ethic one day. It's because little bit at a time they kept promises to themselves. If you say you're going to work out at 9 a.m., that's a promise to yourself. You better damn work out. If you say you're going to do personal development, you're going to do personal development. If you say you're going to hit Success Club 20, especially if you say it in a public setting, you better hit Success Club 20, because you have now told people that this is your plan, this is your mission, this is what you want to do, and you allowed publicly you to fall short because you don't think that you're worthy enough. And those are the differences between CEOs and people that are just, waiting for things to happen. So keep those promises to yourself. If you say you're going to go diamond, tooth and nail, your house is on fire, you're going diamond. You have to think about it that way. Number 4 is to communicate with your leaders to step up. That's a big one. So once you start moving and grooving in this business and all of a sudden you find that you have a leader on your team, communicate with them. Say, hey, Taryn, you're rocking it. Your voice matters. We need you too. This is a team, you guys. It's always going to be a team. You can't do it by yourself. Even though I'm a micromanager and I hate it about myself, I want to literally make everything and say everything and I want it to all go my way. You guys, I'm like that and I hate it. But what I've had to learn is I had to communicate with my leaders to step up and say, Taryn, I need your voice here, because if they see you, they'll not just see me, but they'll see you, and now they'll see us as a whole. And so that's going to create that team atmosphere. And if you can communicate with them very, very transparent, if not just, hey, can you engage some more? That's not the conversation. It's, hey, Taryn, I've seen that you've grown. People are watching you. I need you to step up as a leader, not only for me or the team, but also for yourself. This is the way to practice. Those leadership muscles matter to you right now. And I can't wait to watch you grow. Literally. And that literally, if you go on and on and on with these conversations about new leaders popping up, they're going to not only feel like they have to level up, but they're also going to show up more. And so it's not going to only enhance this is going to annoy me. That's not only going to enhance your team page, but it's also going to enhance their leadership skills too. So it's like a twofer. Number 5 is to lead your team, don't micromanage. I hate this. Lead your team, don't micromanage. If you want to build leaders, true leaders are people that build other leaders. It's not a bunch of little minions. It's not a bunch of people that you say, here, do this, this, or this, and this. And if you do, come back to me and we'll check some more lists together. If you want to build other CEOs in this business, you have to allow them to spread their wings. And oh, I hate it so much. I want to tell everyone what to do at all times. But most of all, the reason I say that is because we're all different humans. We all have different things that light us up in this business. For me personally, I love visuals. For Ash, she loves teaching, you know, and for certain things in the business, like, we're going to love on. So if I tell Ashley, hey, Ashley, you need to create all these visuals just like that, she's going to make Mandy like, really? Like, I'd rather just go teach. I'd rather preach the word, you know? I'd rather like praise hand at mic drop, you know? And it's just different. So I have to think about that all of the time, because Taryn, one of my top coaches, is a teacher. I don't teach the same way as a teacher would, because she used to teach young little people, and I don't know how to do that, you know? So if I micromanage her, she can't spread her wings. She can't learn how she wants to be the leader that she wants to be. Same thing with Danae. Danae, my girlfriend, we live in the same house. We run our team together. But if I micromanage her and say, this is how you have to say everything, then hey, guess what? There's just going to be a bunch of Mandys and no one's going to learn anything. And so you really have to understand that it's okay to allow your teams to spread their wings, and don't have to think that you have to be there every second of the way, because guess what? People in this business don't have uplines. People in this business don't have all of the resources that you do, and they still find a way. So allow your teams to find a way sometimes. Of course, be the great leader, but allow them to kind of spread their wings. Number 6, you guys are going to like this one, is to get rid of your emotions. Get rid of them. Get rid of them. Like, sweep them under the rug, out the window, literally flush them down the toilet, do something to them. Because the idea of your business going like this is not good for anybody. Literally anybody. Because not only do you see your business going like this, but your audience does, your team does, your family does, your significant other does, and nobody is going to believe wholeheartedly in you and everything that you could do as a leader if you were constantly like this. Like, I'm dizzy thinking about a leader going like that, you know? And sometimes there's coaches where I get on a call with and I'm like, oh, honey, like, we need to get some personal development pumping through your veins, because this is not it. Like, this is real bad, you know? And the reason I say this so much is because think about this. Think about, and I said this on a call today, think about how dudes run their business. It's all business. It's like, I'm going to get this done. I have 5 things to sell today. I'm going to sell those. I'm going to talk to this person. It's super, super focused on the income producing activities, period. Why do you think there's so many CEOs that are male figures? And if you guys ever look at the CEOs that are female figures, they have literally dude-like personalities when it comes to business. And so if you can dude it up when it comes to business and say, you know what, I'm not going to take all of those girly emotions that I do love about myself that really connect me with humans, I'm going to take those out of my business and allow those only to build relationships and run my business like a dude, you guys will be gravy. And the reason I say that is because that's something I had to really learn, because I'm an emotional roller coaster. I'm an emotional wreck. Like, I am micromanager, emotional wreck. You guys, I was not meant for this business. But what I had to do is I had to learn how to be a CEO. This is not something that you learn in school. It's not something that you get to be educated on how to run a business on social media with a bunch of girls. You know, like, that's not something we're educated on, and it's very hard. But what you have to do is you have to really, really recognize the fact that you have a business, period. You have a business. Income producing activities, growth, leadership, accountability, support, mentorship, those are your focuses, not what's happening to my business. Oh my gosh, I'm feeling so shitty. Oh my God, this is going on. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Like, if you continue to go like that, like, your business is going to flop over and die. Like, it's not going to work for anybody. And so, again, get rid of them. It's okay. It's okay to feel those highs and to feel those lows, but it's not okay to sulk on them. Because if every no that we got and we started going on a downward spiral and then a high would come and we go up like this, not only that is, you would be so worn out. You would be, oh my God, I'm tired. I'm literally tired thinking about being so worn out by all of the ebbs and flows of what could have been my business if I let my emotions drive my business, you know? And so get rid of them. Number 7 is to embrace the struggles as a leader. Embrace them. There's going to be learning points in your business. There's going to be learning points with your clients. There's going to be learning points with your conversation. There's going to be so many failures that you guys feel, and it hits you deep in the heart, and it literally swings you and feels like it knocks the wind out of you, especially when it comes to people quitting on you. And it's going to happen for every single one of you guys. And trust me, the first one is the worst. The first one is the absolute worst, because you're like, I just gave you everything. I literally just gave you everything. You had my heart even. Like, I thought we were going to be like, I don't know, CEO marriage. Like, I thought we were going to be connected. And you feel like you give them everything, and they're like, and then they left. It's honestly like a breakup. Like, the first one is like a breakup, and you're like, that was rough, and you honestly feel a little hungover after it for a while, because you're like, I don't know if I can do this again. I don't know if I can go through this again. Giving somebody everything, them breaking up with me or ghosting me or blocking me or doing all these things. But the truth of the matter is, if you can embrace the fact that you can understand that you are going to struggle as a leader, no matter what, you can start teaching other people how to deal with those. If I never went through it, if Ashley never went through it, if none of the top coaches go through it, how do you think that our downlines or our coaches would deal with it? They couldn't. One of my biggest struggles in the business, I remember, oh my gosh, it was a 2-star diamond coach, and she literally told me how terrible of a human I was. It was really fun. But it was just wild. But the only reason that I was able to get through that is because Angie went through a similar thing. And she told me how she dealt with it. She got to communicate with me about how she struggled and all the things that she went through. And so instead of thinking about, oh me, oh my, this is happening to me, think about that right there as a learning point, write it down, and come back to it when it happens to now your coaches. And now you're ready. And say, thank you for giving me that experience, because now I can teach every single person underneath me how to deal with it. And I can learn from all those mistakes. And literally, I think about that all of the time. All the people that cancel without talking to me, that quit, that, I don't know, tell other people that Beachbody is a pyramid scheme or whatever they want to say about us. Every time I see those things happening, I literally say, thank you. Thank you for giving me another thing that I've just learned through, And if you could start focusing on the failures and all of the shittiness of the business, if you even want to call it that, as learning lessons for your entire team, that's when you become that leader. That's when you take ownership that all of the things with being an owner of a business is not just, the freedom, I'm just going to travel and work from home and do all the things, And so that's you taking ownership. That's you being a leader. That's you dealing with the things that people don't necessarily how to deal with. But you guys get to be the forefront. You guys get to be the runner-up. You guys get to be the people that literally say, you know what, it's okay, because I got another one and I know how to help her. And so if you can constantly change your mind to think about all of the no's like that, all of the people that say, yes, I'm signing up with you, and then they go sign up with another coach that has literally no upline, and you're like, what just happened? Trust me, it's happened to me. All of those things, it's like a learning lesson. And I kind of giggle at this point. Do you guys know how many times people have told me that they just have car troubles in the same week? Literally every single time. Money objection is, I have car troubles. I had 10 in one weekend, 10 car trouble in one weekend, which granted, there's a lot of car troubles, but to be able to say to a brand new coach that has 5 people say that they have car troubles, I'm like, girl, it's kind of funny right now to me, because it happens, but it's okay. We'll go through it. They just don't see the value, and I can readjust how they think about it because how I think about it. And if you can be a great leader, that's how you can adjust the way that you look at the struggles. Number 8, and this is my last one. Number 8 is to hold people accountable to their promises. Hold people accountable to their promises. I never, ever, ever, ever tell my coaches, this is your goal, this is what you're going to achieve, this is what you're going to do, and that's what I need you to do. I don't do that, because then it's my goal. It's my goal that I just put on them and say, this is what you have to do. I'm no longer a leader. I'm just a micromanager at that point. And so even though I encourage my coaches to hit Success Club and hit Diamond and go Star Diamond, 10-star Diamond, but I never tell them this is what you have to do, right? I never say that this is exactly what you have to do to be successful. But what I ask them is, I say, well, what do you want out of this? What does it look like for you? What does freedom look like to you? Where do you want to help people? How do you want to help people? How many people do you want to help this month? And if they tell me a specific number, specific rank, a specific anything, it is my job as their mentor to hold them to it. So girl, it's now the 15th. You said you wanted to help 20 people this month. You've only helped one. So where are we at? You know, it's my job to be on top of it. It's also my job to understand exactly what's going on in my downline. If you guys haven't checked your back office today, you're not doing your job as a CEO. If you haven't checked your back office every single day this month, you're not doing your job as a CEO. And the reason I say that is because even before anything happens in your back office, if a volume point changes, you should know. If any free customer comes in, you should know. If anything changes in the back office, you should know. And the reason that people become so good at the business is because they prepare before anything happens, because they are literally in the weeds. When a new coach comes through, they're like, okay, well, I've seen this happen. I've seen what it looks like. I've seen my volume change because of the carryover volume. I've seen all of this stuff happen prior to me even knowing what this is. That's honestly how I learned about volume. My team doesn't teach volume at all, literally at all. Not my specific team, but my upline never had a volume call, never. And I was like, okay, well, I have no idea what this whole volume stuff is, and it stressed me out. But what I started doing is I started looking at my back office and seeing what happened. So I did my research and found out what volume was. But then I also just saw how it went through my back office. And now I can correlate it to what actually happens in my back office. And now I could teach my team how to talk about volume, you know? And that's just such a simple thing. But like, if you want to be an owner and you don't even know what's going on in your back office, what ownership do you have? You know, your back office is literally the heart of your business. TeamBeachbody.com is the brains of your business. Beachbody on Demand. If you don't know all of the things that's going on there, all of the things, you know, it's your job to be the best coach, to be the best mentor, and to take ownership of your business. So if you're not doing all of those things, then what is it that you're here for? Is it because you just wanted to be a part of a community, which is totally cool, totally fine with me, totally fine with probably your coach as well. But if you were going to take yourself serious enough to say, I believe in this, I'm going to treat it like a business, and I'm going to take ownership starting right now. If you guys are listening to this, you're like, oh shit, I've never done any of those things. Draw the line in the sand. It's okay. It is totally okay that you haven't done those things, but it's not okay to listen to this and not do any of them after this. That's when it becomes not okay. That's when it becomes less of a, you are now just kind of showing up to, okay, it's time. There's always tomorrow, you know? And so instead of thinking, oh, I haven't done all that shit back there, well, what about tomorrow? What about today? What about tonight? What about right now? You know? And so no matter if you haven't worked this business super seriously yet, or if you are full in and you're that owner, you still have time to take control. And remember, if you don't like it, change it. If you can't change it, change the way you think about it. And to remind yourself to do not only all of this leadership type of things and this ownership type of things, but most of all, focus on those income producing activities. If you're not doing that and you're not taking ownership of everything that you're tapping into, you don't have a business. And you're just a glorified discount coach. Sorry, gonna be a little raw there. But seriously, so think about all of those things. And I want you guys to really assess tonight. I want you guys to assess what you're doing. I want you to assess where you've taken ownership and where you haven't. I also want you to recognize all the promises that you've made to yourself. How many of those have you broken? How many of those are you gonna make tonight and considerably make happen? And so that is literally all that I have for you. I am welcome to answer any questions you guys have. And yeah.
Can you guys see why she's a top freaking coach? Oh, so good. But I think it's also really important to point out that you didn't start here, guys. She didn't start here with this beautiful office, with this like perfect physique in these arms. Like, do yourself a favor and go to her Instagram and look at where she started. And wherever you are in your business, meet yourself there and take these things that she's saying. I love what you said. And I've heard it before, but I've never heard it this way. I've never like heard it. If you don't like it, change it. And if you can't change it, change the way you think about it. So good. We go through the ups and downs in this businesses, but our mindset is the one thing that's going to keep us in it. Like, I know that, and I'm totally quoting Maddie, like, they're going to dump Energize on my grave when they put me in the ground. Like, I am in this to win this for the rest of my life, no matter the peaks and valleys. And man, you can see that belief from Mandy as well. And you just have to feel that. You have to feel that, like, through and through. Okay, guys, you have any questions for her? Any questions at all? Bear me and Energize, not dirt. All right, Mandy, here's a question. How do you handle the negative Nancy's, Carla complainers on your team who bring that into your page?
This is my favorite question because I actually did this today. So if somebody's negative or if somebody doesn't serve the team, it's my job as the energy survivor kind of person to nip it. Like, literally, and I said this on a call today, I said, I'm like the girl with scissors that's about ready to cut you out if you bring any negativity. Like, it's our job to run our team pages and run the energy in there. But this is for instance, I had a girl that kept commenting, and she has never hit Success Club, never helped a client, never done anything, but she kept commenting on how she helps people. And I was like, this is not serving anybody. So I just messaged her privately, and I was like, hey girl, I appreciate the input, but I don't think it's serving people at this time. I would just continue to work on you, and we can kind of go from there. And then she hasn't commented after that. And I know that's harsh, but it's not going to serve her, and I know it's not going to serve them either. And so if there's negativity, for instance, another one, somebody on the team call announcement was like, yep, can't make it, kids, period. I was like, what the hell? Like, what is that? So on public display, I literally said, hey, let's keep it positive in here. If you can't make it, cool, but let's stay focused, period. Like, and I'm such like I'm straight to it. Like, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm not going to candy coat it. I'm not going to fluff you up, because that's only doing you a disservice if I do that. If I'm straight shooter, you know exactly what I'm thinking. I'm not going to beat around the bush. I'm also just going to give you, like, literally it straight.
You can do it for your kids, not because of your kids. Don't use them as an excuse. Yeah, do you mind to keep reading them?
Yeah. Somebody said best tips for attracting business builders. Show the hustle. Show that it's not all fluffy. Show the struggle. Show these calls. Show the mastermind. Show the work. Show all of it. And most of all, do not act like you've got your shit together all the time. Because the moment that people think that you are perfect Patty, they disconnect and they have no idea what you're actually doing. But the moment that they can really feel like they can build a business through all of the ebbs and flows of their life currently, then they can connect with you. You guys, for instance, I was working a 60-hour-a-week corporate job when I started this. And I see this a lot. A lot of new coaches want to say, oh, well, I have the freedom to work here and I have the freedom to work here. And I just love my job because I'm so free, as I literally have $20 in the bank account. I'm like, what kind of load of BS are you putting out into the world? Truth is I'm grinding. I'm working my ass off so I don't have to do this. I put this on a credit card, to be honest, and I'm going to continue to be authentic through all of those ebbs and flows, because the moment that I get to live in an office like this is when you're going to really realize that I worked hard for this. And not only that it can actually happen. Because the moment that you start creating this facade on social media that it's just fluffy butterfly shit, then people are going to be like, I don't believe you and you look like a scam artist. Like, and I don't mean to be harsh, but I totally mean to be harsh in the sense of, if you want to attract those business builders, you have to act like a business builder yourself on social media. Where do you find all the amazing ladies that are now part of your amazing team? Yeah, that's where I find them. I find them on social media. I call them on LinkedIn. No, I'm just kidding. Totally. That actually sounds like a good idea. But no, it's all Instagram. I've never worked on Facebook. I don't even know how to work Facebook, to be honest, other than my team pages. But all on Instagram. There's been a lot of people in my warm market that I've tapped into. Like, literally, if they know I'm a human, I'm coming at you. You know, and a lot of my really, really awesome rock stars are athletes. And so, like, that's why they have like a very tenacious spirit. But again, it's been since day one, and I started my Instagram account from 0 followers almost 3 years ago, 0 followers. And so it's been a grind, constant grind. And if I can give you 2 words to remember in your business, it's consistency, and longevity will bring you success, period. consistency, and longevity.
Jumped off the bed.
Hang on 1 second. I'm going to mute you really quick.
Okay.
Okay. I don't know where you are now.
I'm right here. Do you guys have any other questions?
I love that. Consistency and longevity. And when you were talking just now about where your people come from, it's been growth over the last 3 years, guys. She didn't pop up one day and just hit Success Club 900, become this top coach in 1 day or 1 month. Where she is in her business is about a fuck ton of trust built over time. 100%. Mandy, you're the best. If there are no other questions, goodness, I have so many notes in my notepad and I can't wait to share them with you guys. But those top 8 tips for taking ownership or just like building your business like a boss, I know I needed a couple of those like hardcore, and they spoke to me in ways that I haven't heard them before. So Mandy, I love you as always. Thank you so much for dropping knowledge on our team tonight. And I love the rest of you, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye guys.